we're just getting set up. So if you're watching, got that. Okay, that's going. Oh, excuse me. What in the world's going on? All right, we'll go here. There's my smiling face. We've got music. We've got me. We've got an overhead camera. All right, let's get this party started. Okay, got a little cleanup to do today. I just posted a video, and I'll just tell everyone what it was about here. So yesterday, I started cleaning, and I was organizing some stuff. Could not, there's a ton of stuff I wanted to work on. And that led me to not working on anything. But what I did find is a bunch of rings that have the same ring size as one of my shirts. One of the shirts that I want to tear apart, put a lining in, put some buckles or a zipper on it to close it, stuff like that, right? And so I found those rings. It's nice because the ring size that I used, I can't get anymore because the manufacturer I bought them from changed how they size their rings so that like a 1/4 inch inner diameter ring is a true 1/4 inch. And 1/4 inch, 1/8 of a diameter ring is a true 1/8 of an inch inner diameter. So, anyway, got that video posted about it just a minute ago, and it's nice. It's a nice find. So I'm very happy that I found it. But this is what I did today. Right, this goes in here. This was the result of me figuring out what I wanted to work on yesterday. So just some blackened stainless steel. And I've got enough probably to make 24-inch necklace maybe. So that's going to be cool when it's done. We got that. Housekeeping. I need to finish this up real quick. But anyway, how's everybody's, what's today, Wednesday? How's everybody's Wednesday going? Got a lot of stuff. Got the Christmas decorations upstairs. I don't have my Christmas tree decorated. It's up, it has lights on it, and you can't tell from the roadway that there isn't any decorations on it. So we got those, perfect. And then need to make this a 7 1/4 inch bracelet. So we'll do that real quick. This is purple, blue, and green niobium. I was working on it one night and someone said, "Hey, I will buy that from you." And I don't usually make custom stuff or sell custom stuff. It just happened to work out. But I was able to work this into what I needed. Actually, you know what? Before I do this, before I do any measurements of anything, I'm going to verify the wrist size with the customer. Because I think it's 7 1/4 inches, but I could be oh so wrong. So let's put all of that back. And we'll deal with that later. That way. What's this? Where did this come from? stuff all over the place. The other thing I was doing, and this was fun, and by fun I mean it was irritating. Finally made the right size of saw cut to capture your 8mm Rivoli. They're tumbling while you enjoy paradise and hanging with me. With luck when you get home, 14-hour tumbling, 20-gauge stainless, just rings. They will still be tumbling and not a mess on the garage floor from opening again. Oh, fun. Yeah, good luck to you. Another thing I discovered, I have 2 of these coifs I started, right? These were the original rings I bought. The ring size got changed by the manufacturer, and I have another much larger piece of rings that I ordered to finish this one, right? But the rings are, they are like one's 5.78 millimeters and the other is 6.2, and it's a significant, you notice it when you're looking at it, right? So that was one of the ways I found out that I wasn't going to be able to order rings for old projects that I had. I would have to either start the projects over and make new ones, and turn all my old projects into something else. So I could have these, like, I could measure them and have someone make the exact ring size. One of the reasons why I want to set up making my own rings here at the house, so that I can do that. But as of right now, I'm going to take this. This will probably get turned into a dice bag, and then I'll order rings for the other coif. So this will get completed at some point. Not right now, but at some point. We're working on the Harley furniture right now. We've got most of one saddlebag complete, right? So what started my glitching yesterday and figuring out what I could and couldn't do, or what I needed to get done, was that I needed a drill, and I didn't want to go back upstairs to grab my drill, because I don't know why. I wasn't in the mood. And the, what do you call it? I started looking, clean stuff up, and found this project. And so putting this on this, the one saddlebag, I think I have the right side saddlebag right here. Hopefully I'm going to start that tomorrow. Another reason to make rings in-house, to get the right size. Exactly. Then it's getting right temper every order. The joys and trials of ring making, 100%. So, I worked on this a little bit while we were at practice the other day, and I think I've got most of it correct at this point. I'll go over it when I integrate this into the blackened stainless, right? The other giant section of blackened stainless that I have. Figure out if it's 100% correct, but yeah, I want to make my own rings at some point. That'd be nice. Not going to happen anytime soon, but 'tis a goal we're working on. And I started putting together a ring order and going through all the pieces that I would need to finish all of the projects here. And it's not insignificant, so it's going to have to wait for a little bit. But John and Lorelei, thank you for the follow. The ring order is not insignificant. We're going to get a lot of rings this next order. And, I've lied to myself repeatedly about not ordering rings until all my projects or all my rings down here are used up. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 projects, 5, 6, 7 little projects. Like, I just need some stainless steel ball bearings to fill this sphere, right? Because I need it all to be stainless. I need clasps for these. A necklace and a bracelet. I need some more rings to finish a bracelet and a necklace. And anyway, it's all, most of it's little stuff. There are some larger ring orders in there. Am I going to have my kid run drills in your Galvy 6-in-1 like a weight vest to make him a super wrestler when he takes it off for matches? Yes. Figure out something. It's going to be a while before I get the galvanized steel shirt out, but maybe this summer. TikTok Dad, thank you for the follow. So I was looking at everything, ring orders, findings orders, my Amazon order, and it's about $1,000, right? Not unreasonable, but some that's going to have to wait for my tax return, or at least until I know what my tax return is. Just a little bump, not too much, just a few hundred, nothing major, just more stuff, more supplies. Yeah, exactly. I just need my fix, man. Getting my ring supplies in. So it's like that's part of the reason why I was just kind of glitching out, not able to figure out what to work on yesterday, is because I didn't have rings. You know, I was figuring out what rings I needed to finish what projects, and what rings do I prefer to use. I prefer to use stainless steel. Every ring has its advantage and disadvantage. Stainless steel, it's going to last a really long time. It's really strong. You don't have the color options like you have with anodized aluminum. But I'm terrible with color anyway. Don't ask me ever to choose a paint color. So I'm okay with not having those options available to me, right? Stainless comes in black and silver, and those are the only two color options I need. But I like titanium. I like gold and silver. I like... That's it. That's largely what I'm moving towards. I've used up all of my brass and bronze. I'll never order any more again. No, I haven't used it all up. I've almost used it all up. I've used up... I have some anodized aluminum left. One for a inlay that I'm working on, and a bunch for... I'll put them in a coif or something. I don't know. But... Beautiful, thank you. I'm gonna assume that you're talking about me. I mean, the chainmail. Yeah, no. I prefer almost all of my jewelry is stainless. No, all of my jewelry is stainless steel, except for my wedding ring. That's tungsten. So it's just, if I'm going to put in the work on something that requires this much physical labor from my body, I want it to last as long as physically possible. And stainless meets all those demands. So I hope that makes sense. Titanium's another good one. It also anodizes, so you can get a lot of different colors. And that is one of the things that I will be getting, an anodizer. I'll be able to weld, rivet, anodize, and I ran out of fingers. Make my own rings here at the house. so I don't have to order you know, specific ring sizes when I need them for projects like this where the ring size has changed. So we're getting there, little by little. Like when I first started, I ordered a bunch of different types of material to work with. Brass and bronze are fine if you want to work with them. There's nothing wrong with it. But they tarnish really easy, and I don't want to be cleaning that up all the time. Alright, so this is one of those areas where I gotta do this correctly, or I'll screw it up. I think what I need to do start up here and just add these center rings, and then we'll weave up an edge. And stainless can be welded, so takes to that real well. That's largely why I like it. All right, there's plenty of work to do, and while I'm going through this, a lot of the, like my shirts, right? I made those when I was younger. My third, fourth, and fifth shirt were much better than my first, and my Harley vest is my most comfortable top piece. You've always wondered, in the world of mailers, does making your own rings become a requirement to attain a master rank? Master as per trade requirement, not in knowing everything. I don't know. Do you need to know how to make your own rings in order to master the craft of being a chainmail artist? I don't know, because ring making seems to be a skill all in its own. Right? Which is why I ordered all of my rings and don't, you know, I largely don't have an interest in making my own rings except for cost and in case I need something specific, a specific ring size, I want to be able to I want to be able to make that specific ring size in-house and have it come out as a quality ring, as opposed to the rings I first made when I first got started. Where do I currently buy your rings? Are you happy with their quality? So all of the rings that I have on the screen right now are from the Ring Lord, and some of these rings I've had for 30 plus years. Well, not quite that long, but 10 years, 15 years. And I ordered a lot from them. And they went through their manufacturing process and changed how they measured their ring sizes, so that they wanted a ring with a 1/4 inch inner diameter to have an exact 1/4 inch inner diameter, right? Whereas before, it was, what would happen is you spin the wire on the coil, or you spin a wire on a mandrel, or you wrap a wire around a rod to make a spring, and then you run the spring through a saw to cut all the rings, right? And they have what's called, not clapback, springback, right? Where the coil uncoils itself because of the tension in the spring. And so that causes the inner diameter of the ring to change just a little bit, right? So the ring lord changed how they did it so that that spring back would come back measured at 1/4 inch. And that made all of the rings that I'd had that I hadn't put into a project, or any project that I had ran out of rings on, I couldn't finish because they had changed their ring size. So I'm not happy about that. And they have had quality issues over the last couple years, but they've changed hands a few times, and now they are they had a pledge the other day to get their quality control under control. So I think going forward we'll see a lot better product out of them. But there is, if you're looking to buy rings, in the link tree in my bio is a link to an app for Google and Apple. It's the Mailworks app, and it has a list of chainmail ring suppliers in there. Right? It's not exhaustive. I still have people I need to contact to add to that section, but all of those people are pretty highly recommended. I don't think anyone's, each manufacturer is a little different. But, I can't think of any that's really had a lot of noticeable complaints coming out of the chainmail groups I'm a part of. So, you feel that way with yarn, you love to spin, don't want to clean and brush, that's slave labor, yeah. Hobbies get tedious, they do. And especially with where I'm moving a lot of my projects towards. So I'm going to try and just, make everything as epic as possible, because I can. I've got the know-how. And it's like, I don't have anything else to do but put in time and energy into it. So, like, did I need to wrap my saddlebags in chainmail? No. Am I going to? Yeah. Because I can, Thank you, you're just starting to try to learn. Yeah, go download the Mailworks app. Shameless plug for my store right at the front, where I design and sell chainmail themed apparel and accessories. But other than that, it's a list of resources, all of which I wish I had when I first started out a long time ago. Gray Submarine, how you doing? Aussie Mail, Tom's Rings, Joshua Diliberto are the ones you like for stainless. Chainmail Joe for his anodized aluminum. His kits are great options as gifts, yeah. So, all right. Yeah, in the Mailworks app, there's lists of where to find tutorials, where to find chainmail ring manufacturers, where to find other groups of chainmail artists. There's an artists section for people to have their own area, their own website, and stuff like that. So, is it the greatest app in the world? Unbiased opinion from me? Yes. No, I'm just kidding. But it is probably I think it's the only comprehensive app for people new to chainmail. Really, I had fun making it, and now it's out there for everyone to use. All right. You'll definitely do that? Good. And I hope it helps. If it doesn't, delete it and, never look back. But I think it's probably pretty useful for most people, starting out especially. even me, who's been doing this and has like all the websites bookmarked and stuff on my computer, I just pull the app up on my phone, look up who I'm looking for because I know they're listed there. You got to figure out how to make rings, doing a little project that links little badges together. There you go. Someday you hope to see a 4-in-1 inlay paint program, and scale paint would be sweet additions. Yes, I want to add those either as independent apps where you can just upload a picture and it will lay it out in a chainmail pattern for you and tell you how many rings of each color that you need. And you can go and make adjustments as needed. But there's already, let me see here. The link to a scale mail program is called the scalemail.layeroftheraven.uk. And it, I could not get a hold of the owner to list it on the Mailworks app. So, and I tried. So I don't know what's happened to them, but it still seems to be up. And that scale mail, is it MAIL? Scale MAIL. Wait, I might be a liar. Hang on. Okay. It's saying that I can't pull it up, so something may have happened to the owner, and that may be lost technology, and that may also be why I couldn't get a hold of them. So I don't know. You sure will help. You appreciate any all help? Yes. Gray Submarine. So if you want to figure out how to make rings, do you want saw cut rings or hand cut rings or machine cut rings? How many do you need, and is it worth it to spend your time making all the rings, or would it be cheaper just to order some that are, you know, of solid construction? Because there are 10,000 instructional videos on how to make rings on YouTube, and I can go over a basic you will build a little slide jig for the Fordham. Yeah, that's it's one of those things where, you know, is it worth your time to spend making rings that are readily available? What's going on here? I don't think I'm doing this one right. Can you get rings in fine silver? I think you can get regular round rings in fine silver from urbanmail.com, theringlord.com, and I want to say one other place, and I can't remember it off the top of my head. You're doing one badge in silver and one in copper? Yeah. Alright, can you see what John said there? Fordham is a foot-controlled, high-torque, low-speed, Dremel-like tool. The issue will be coolant cutting with such. Yeah, if you're looking for machine-cut rings and you don't need 10,000 of them, right, there's ring manufacturers. Now, you'll pay a premium, but if you only need an ounce, you know, that's, or half an ounce even, maybe something you want to look into as opposed to building a whole ring cutting setup. All right. Something is wrong. I think I see what I did. No, okay, hang on. Sorry, I am distracted by that goes there. And this comes around. I think this goes around here. Maybe. Yeah, Urban Mail even has Argentium. Yes. Okay, did I do this right? Okay, there's a little tricky section. Alright, so if you look closely, these 4 diamonds are separated by an X. And when you get this modified elf weave out to the edge here, it's a little tricky to make the outside seam into one continuous modified elf weave seam. Right? That doesn't even look right on camera, but it is, I promise you. Maybe not. Let me double check. I'll double check later. Sounds like a peep jig setup with a slide for a foreman. Small silver coils is fine. Just be aware of heating and being a killer, and will bind coils and break blades. It's a learning curve. And tape your coil with painter's tape or masking tape before cutting. Has helped some folks with such designs. There is someone on TikTok who tapes all his coils before he cuts them, and that is yeah, I'm not doing that ever. I wish him the best in everything. So, did I screw that up? Yeah, that's screwed up. Something screwed up over there. I'll figure it out later. Okay. All right. Moving right along. So what I'm doing right here is, I'll grab the other motorcycle saddlebag cover, show you. I'm adding the edging, right? So if you look at the edge all along here, that modified elf weave goes from this 4-in-1 diamond here straight out to regular European 4-in-1, and all the rows line up and the rings are all in the same position, and it's a cool way, you know, you can kind of make this argyle pattern using this modified elf weave seam, right? So I'm putting the seam in now before I integrate this diamond down here into another sheet of blackened stainless, because the other night I was on stream trying to get it all together, and it wasn't working, and I was being very silly. I was putting things together and then looking at it and taking it apart and putting it together and taking it apart and blah blah blah. And so by the end of the stream I hadn't gotten anywhere, so this time I'm gonna weave the whole seam onto the piece I'm gonna integrate, and then I'm gonna tear out a hole in the sheet of blackened stainless and put it in. Should be much more straightforward. When you make your wife's next costly piece, you will be taping the coils, being $3,700 in 3 ounces of platinum in silver and gold. You can see reasoning for it. I can see the reasoning for it in that too. Ordering rings is probably the way to go. There you go. Good. Argentium silver is your favorite silver and prefer it to sterling, and try to encourage your friends to spend the $3 more for Argentium. I've never used Argentium. I still have some silver here. Want to see a failed silver project? This is my project M&M. I keep my projects in here. Oh crap! Hey, look at that. This is why he's gonna tape his rings, because if you spill them, it's cost money. So this was a bracelet that I was using 2 different ring sizes on, and when you lay it flat, it curves really bad. Right? Let me see if I can show you. Right? Like it just has this. It won't lay straight, or it doesn't want to. So, but yeah, this is my failed silver project. Sterling is 92.5%. Argentium is 93. To this year's 96. Super bright compared to sterling. Nice. Sweet. I think so. Yeah. See, right there. Tape your platinum, gold, and silver rings together when you're cutting coils, because you don't want to lose those rings. Cost money. All right. So, yeah, if you can just order a small amount of rings that you need for a small project, I would do that, just because it's worth it to me to not bother setting up a whole ring cutting setup for one project. I plan on doing this for the next, I don't know, several decades. So you made Argentium. It is wider, yeah. That would be cool to have a whole smelting process where you make your purities of silver and then draw plate it out, draw plate your wire out, coil it, and cut it. That'd be a nice setup to have. Not a setup I need, but also not a skill I need to develop, but again, would be cool to have. I got a friend that does a bunch of silver plate decorations and just churns out super cool stuff. A lot of like chasing and repousse, and then stamped designs, and 30 years in mail weaving before you got a power saw cutting jig. Yeah, same, buddy, same. All right. So yeah, now that I am you buy the wire, making it is a whole other thing again. You mostly do casting. That's cool. I'd love to do casting. Or largely any metal work. I want to work on my skills. So, one thing at a time. I'm pretty good at chainmail at this point, and now I'm just making cool stuff because I can. Exposing other people to it, like I was exposed when I first got started. I didn't know you could make this stuff at home. And when I started, all I ever found was grainy pictures on the internet with which to scrutinize to figure out how different weaves were made. So now we've got tutorials and groups and manufacturers that churn out multiple different materials to work with, and But yeah, there's, you know, 1,000 other things in metal that I would like to learn. Maybe one day. And since I don't do anything else, it's I'll get there at some point. I don't have, well, that's a lie. I have the room in my backyard to put up a decent sized shop. But my land slopes downhill into a drainage area that fills a pond down at the end of our street. And there's a, see, I could put a shop there, like right before the drainage area. Lost foam, green sand casting, gravity, or centrifuge style. You do brass and aluminum casting for pommels and guards, for blades and Lego sized pieces. Someday 3D wax printer for finer details, but rings keep distracting you. Or the forge. You wonder if that 3D printed mail could be cast after printing just to see what it looks like? Yeah, probably. But yeah, I have room for a shop. I would kind of want to put, I don't want to put anything there, so I'll think about a shop when I have a Four Seasons room on the back of my house, my garden set up the way I want, and my fire pit, you know. Once I have all that stuff set up, then I'll think about a shop. But for right now, all I got's a tiny shed. I'm going to learn how to make that work, so. You do 3D printed lost resin casting, vacuum, and sand casting, but less so now. Nice. That's cool. 3D printed chainmail. Yeah. Did I tell you that someone like made a bag out of the 3D printed chainmail? All out of the plastic or resin rings or whatever. And the person wouldn't make me one or let me buy the one she had made. And I was very angry about that. She's like, yeah, you can get the file. It's like, I don't have a 3D printer. Anyway, I wasn't mad. I was upset. Hey, Justin, I do sell some stuff. You want to see what I have for sale? I can show you what I have for sale. Need to have a sale. I was thinking about that today too. I was talking earlier about how I need money to make some orders to finish some stuff. Alrighty, let's see here. Right now, everything that is finished, I've got 5 skull bracelets left and 2 textured right. So they've all got these skull beads across the top, right, and then the big skull centerpieces, and I'll pull one off and show you. And then these skull beads along the bottom. I don't know if you can see them. There's like one right there with a buckle clasp to close them up. And then I'm just pulling one off and show you real quick. Can't see what I'm looking at. So one skull bead, a decorative bead, large skull centerpiece, another decorative bead, another skull, the buckle clasp, and They wear quite nicely. This is, pretty heavy, so it slides around a little bit, but I don't really notice too much. How much are they? These usually retail for about $150, but I'm considering having a sale here pretty soon. John said, amazing work there. Wonderful. Thank you. And then the other two that I have are these textured. You got that small bead, then a mirror finish, and then some textured plated center beads, some more smaller beads, or some more mirror beads, smaller beads, both with a buckle clasp. You need to find someone willing to sell you sheets printed. You can break the brick and remove the supports, but no luck finding even that. I'm missing the camera. I'm missing the overhead camera here. I have another camera over here where Justin was, and it's the TikTok camera. So one day when I have 10,000 followers, but for you, Gray Submarine, let me show you since you're missing out. I will be able to use my camera for all of my streaming, or I will be able to use my computer for, you would like to get 3 of them? You can have 3 of them. You message me and we can set up payment for 3 of them and I will give you a deal. Tell me which ones you want. So yeah, trying to get to 10,000 followers so that I can use my computer for all of my streaming. And then here is the large skull bracelets. Little skull on each side, 1 decorative bead, kind of the X marks the spot. You want 3 skull ones? You can have 3 skull ones. You message me and we'll set it up. And then I can buy more supplies and get my fix on getting more rings. Yeah. So as I was trying to say, I can't use TikTok's proprietary software to go live on their platform. I have to use my phone. When I get enough followers, I'll get there. So if everyone could tap the screen a bunch of times, give me a bunch of likes, follow me, the hosts, share the stream. You let me know. If there is any other trick in the book to getting more follows, and I'll recommend it to people. But yeah, please like, follow, share so that I can get to 10,000 followers so that I can have the setup on the computer too is much better because you see, for the people on TikTok, my face will be up here and then you can see what I'm working on, in the main part of your screen. We'll get there. All right. Greg Kane has liked the stream. Thank you, Greg. I love that guy. Justin, thank you for the follow. All right. Where am I at here? Am I getting back to work? So, those are... No, I order the parts. They're all stainless steel. So that, I don't know if they're stamped or what. I wish I was that skilled, but I am not. How long does it take to do the skull bracelets? Anywhere from 4.5 to 5.5 hours. So if I'm sitting there focused on what I'm doing, I can probably crank out one in 4.5 hours. But there's a lot of ring size changes, and getting that center bead set is probably the most time consuming part. So when I'm working on a project, if I'm just working on European 4-in-1, I can average about 250 to 300 rings an hour, right? For everything else, it's about 200 rings an hour or less. Just because complicated projects have so much more going on. But ring by ring, they all get done. You suppose you would need some pretty fancy gear to cast stainless like that? Yeah. Yep. And I don't have the gear or the know-how to do it, but other people do, so I get it from them and move on. Try and incorporate as much cool stuff as I can into what I make, and this is probably the last run of the two strands of Byzantine, right? All my next several bracelets that I'll be making on my next bracelet making run, they will all look like this or something very similar. Right? They'll have big, let me flip those over, some big beads on there. There'll be one single strand, and they'll have a clasp like that. Right? And so, like, this is, I don't plan on making any more of these once these are gone. I have 15 more, and that's going to be it. Everything else will be a single strand. The single strand, more people like them. They wear a little bit better. I love the clasp. So once I run out of supplies for the double strand bracelets, that's going to be it. You need a full airless setup to cast crisp stainless parts. That's not cheap. And once you set up, it's all profit if you have a market. Nice. I would love to do some of my own, but like I said, I'm moving away from the double-stranded and just moving to the single-stranded Byzantine. You find triple jumper Byzantine works better for double banded versus two jumper aspect ratio rings. You find 3-ring Byzantine works better for 2 strips of Byzantine versus 2-ring. John, what are you saying? I speak English and I speak your language, but I don't know what you're talking about. All right. Come on. So, yeah, that's going to be my next run of bracelets. I have a bunch of pendants with which to make necklaces, and those will be coming soon as I figure out ring sizes for them. And those will be the next things I make for sale. Do I even speak Malese? I know, right? So yeah, a lot of necklaces with pendants coming, a lot of single-stranded Byzantine bracelets coming, but all of that is Got to sell what I have. Maybe I'll get some Christmas money and get the supplies for all of that next year. It's not going to be anytime soon. What else do I want to make? I mostly want to make art projects. I don't want to make stuff for sale, right? I've got a couple good jewelry designs, but I much prefer doing artsy stuff like, I don't know, wrapping my motorcycle in chainmail. Or wrapping wine bottles, or wrapping coffee cups. And I've got a lot of stuff to, I got a lot of that to do as well. Okay, John said, the extra room in the unit gives more flex in the weave when there is room for 3 rings versus a tight 2-ring Byzantine connector. Ah, okay. Yes, I agree. I concur. I think the whole tearing my already made chainmail shirts apart and making something more wearable out of them, that's going to be a very time-consuming, costly project. So I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to make stuff for sale, but you're working on jewelry stuff right now? Bracelets, wallet chains, pendants in silver? Nice. Wow. Are you making a wallet chain in silver? That's like a biker wallet chain, or like something a little different? I don't know if I'd want to wear a silver wallet chain. I don't want to crush your dreams, but I want to see where this is going. Don't let me tell you what to do. You follow your heart. However, also, silver. Okay, I was going to ask the same. Yeah, it's a biker wallet chain. That'll be cool as hell. That'll make a statement for sure. You'll have to like tag me in a photo when you're done. I want to see that. Was going to ask the same. 925 silver wallet chain sounds bling. It does. You have some 18 gauge JPL pocket watch chain in Argentium, about as beefy as you have done in silver. That's pretty beefy for silver. I like that. Yeah. Ooh, maybe that's one thing I should focus on, is just big ass silver chains. Have to figure out how big of a ring size I can get in silver. That'd be fun. That one's going to take some time. You have to figure out how the spring steel for the clasp and design, yeah. Alright. I think that's correct. One of these had a mistake in it. One of these edges. Maybe not. Let me see if I can figure this out while we're chilling here. Gotta focus just a little bit here because this is one of those things that if I screw it up, I'll have to do it over and over and over again until I get it right. Okay. What other fun stuff do I have planned? There's the Finnegan's Wake inlay, which I have to finish. All of the motorcycle pieces that I'm putting together, obviously, right? And then alright, this song is really annoying because it just ruined my train of thought. Alright, where was I? All the motorcycle parts. So that's both saddlebags, toolkit, the bib for the tank, for the gas tank, the Finnegan's Wake inlay, large jelly cube. Got to do something with this giant chain of full Persian that I don't know what to do with. Right? I've got several belts and guitar straps that need to be finished. And then I'm going to rework my shirts. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I have 2 scale mail projects, right? And as I mentioned in the video I made right before, I want to take my chainmail shirts and make the sleeves removable. And I'm going to cover up where they attach with the scale mail, right? For pauldrons. I think that would look cool. So I'm not going to touch the scale mail stuff anytime soon. We cast a chain so it is heavy gauge. The challenge in casting is going lightweight, but chunky look and design is where you're going at the moment. Yeah, that'll be awesome. I want to see this when it's done. I think it'd be cool. Big old silver biker chain. Alright, I think I've done the edges right. I will double check. Am I missing a ring over here? What's going on? Hang on. I think I see what's wrong with this, but I'm not sure. Johnson, I'm guessing he's done a lot of fusing with Argentium. What is that like? All right. There's something I've never done is fuse Argentium. That's another level I want to take the silver jewelry that I make to is welded silver rings. Love it. Pulse welds nicely. Doesn't separate to a copper pooling like sterling if you heat it often. Oh, there you go. Okay, I think I fixed that. But that's okay. We've got 2 more diamonds to add. Right? So I originally wanted to have 3 smaller diamonds trailing off the end of this larger diamond here in the front. But once I started adding the edging to connect it to the blackened stainless, it did not want 3 diamonds behind it. So how long does it take me to make bracelets? Or how you doing? I get money. What are we talking about here? I think that comment was left a little while ago. But, oh, wow, throwing pliers at myself. If you're still here, I'm more than happy to answer your question. Alright, the more time you take things to fusing temps, it causes copper to settle with gravity in sterling, and it shows. If pulse welding too many times, then the top becomes fine silver and leaves a metal color differential. Ew, that sounds gross. Sounds like I don't want that in my fine silver welding. Alright, so 4 different projects. On a straight European 4-in-1 project, I average 250 to 300 rings an hour. For anyone curious, is that fast? No, I think it's average. For complicated projects, right, that drops down significantly. 150 to 200 rings an hour, easy. So fine silver will never happen, being 99%, just the alloys separate with excessive reheatings. Okay. That is good to know. And if someone's asking about how long it's taken me to make this so far, I've been working on this for several days. I have no idea how many hours I have into it, but all the black and stainless, right, in the saddlebag cover, all that's already been woven together. It was part of another project that is getting cannibalized for a motorcycle decoration. And I was thinking, I think I mentioned this the last time I streamed. If I can get front and rear fender and the gas tank all hydro dipped in a chainmail themed pattern, right? And get the bib done, and get the saddlebags covered, and get the toolkit wrapped, right? I think that I'm going to try and like submit it or take it to a show, get it published. I don't know. It's not ever been a goal of mine, but if I'm going to go through all the work of making something this awesome, I want other people to see it. You guys will be doing some fine silver. Your son is a wizard, fusing fine with a torch. Nice. I want to get my kid a little bit more involved in metalwork. But I've got to get him... I'm just south of Milwaukee, so I forget the guy's name, but the Milwaukee Blacksmith does classes right up there. And then Centaur Forge is an hour away in Burlington. And they have a bunch of blacksmithing tools and stuff. So I'm going to take him to the class, and then I'm going to take him... and we'll go get a forge and anvil set up and work out of our little shed at some point so that he can learn all about doing that. But he's busy playing Lego Fortnite and wrestling and stuff like that. Maybe we'll get him onto Argentium too. You have a jar of germanium kicking around. Submitting it more than one place will get traction to the right folks and expand your attire to more folks. I hope so. I hope so. Alright, speaking of which, for everyone watching, my name's Sean. I run mailworks.com, where you can find all the chainmail themed apparel and accessories that your heart desires. And I'm talking cloaks and leggings and jerseys and fun stuff like that. A large, giant, snug chainmail themed hoodies too. I'm in southeastern Wisconsin in Kenosha. So if you like what you see, please go check out my website, mailworks.com. Oh, I hear my son screaming. He probably died in Lego Fortnite again. Oh no, life's over. I just heard him say, I hear you. Get good at your game, pal. Oh, he's done. He's done. Go to bed. Okay. I don't think he said any swear words. All right, where am I? Actually, in this project, here we go. I think that's it. There, figured it out. Yeah, do your homework. That's right. Oh no, he started Christmas break already, so this is day 3 of Christmas break, and we'll get through it. All right. Yeah, giant chainmail themed snug hoodie up in the store now. It's getting cold. You're going to want to be warm. It's got chainmail print on the outside with recycled polyester so it doesn't pill. And then a warm Sherpa not micro fleece. It's like the inside of this here. It's like that, but thicker. And it's gonna be warm. The blankets that I have that have this sheep's wool Sherpa lining, right? You can only wear them for a little while before you just get hot. So, giant snug hoodie for you to chill out in. I think it's a good investment. Winter's just getting started. Where are we at here? Are we going to finish this one? No, we got 15 minutes left. You're going to need an extra large chainmail to fit over your... Yeah. Chainmail over the down parka. Absolutely. That is kind of what I'm doing with my chainmail shirts, right? Obviously, I'm not putting a down parka underneath them, but I am turning them, you know, into a functional wearable piece. With, you know, linings, and I'd love to be able to figure out how to make pockets. And I mean, honestly, it's one of those things where some of the stuff I want to do, it's like I would need a leather sewing machine, and to really have a good grip on like cutting a pattern and all that fun stuff. But as with everything, I don't learn the skill and then make the project. I find the project, and then I go and learn the skill to complete the project. Chainmail at negative 30 degrees Celsius has got to suck. Yeah, that would freeze to your skin. That would be awful. But I think that people should incorporate armor into their everyday wear. You know, got yourself a set of pauldrons. Slap it on with the sweater. You know? You got a breastplate. Yeah. Wear that around. You got a scale mail arm sleeve. Wear it around. If you're under your woolly mail print coat, it actually is very warm and holds heat well if worn outside with wind. Oh, if under your woolly mail print coat, it actually is very warm and holds heat well. If worn outside with wind to reach it, it is worse than wearing a soaked shirt in the wind. That is the worst part about the cold is wind. And then, I don't know if wind is worse than humidity. Cold and humidity are awful. But wind and cold and humidity are like the trifecta of miserable situations. You know what I mean? Like that is how the weather is here, right? We get a bunch of wind carrying a ton of humidity off the jet stream coming down from Canada, and it's windy and wet and freezing. Wow. I don't know what happened to that ring, but it does not have any resistance to opening it. Neither does this one. I don't know if they're aluminum, but they were mixed in with my stainless steel, so now I'll never know because I'm not going to test. Alright. Yeah, we'll put the edge on all these diamonds, or these other two diamonds down here, and I'll probably... What do I want to do? Do I want to tear apart the black and stainless section that I'm going to use for the other saddlebag? Do I want to do that on stream, or do I do that off stream tomorrow and then put the diamonds in the black and stainless tomorrow on stream? I don't know. I'll probably just get started tomorrow and figure out, whatever I get done, and then by the time... Oh, no, tomorrow's practice. So, no stream tomorrow night. So, I got 2 days to figure stuff out. I might have the bulk of the next saddlebag done, because this one over here to my right, this section, right? Do you guys know what I'm doing? I don't suppose that I've shown this at all. Where are we at here? It's 9:52. Close to the end of the stream, and I'm just now showing people what I'm working on. Alright. This is my saddlebag. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Alright, and I'm covering mine in chainmail. Alright, so for those of you on TikTok, let me change the view here. I'm a real good host. All right. So I kind of have this sized out. I've got this seam over here creating this curve, and it's gonna, it kind of stands up a little bit. That's gonna get worked on. But this is the top of my saddlebag. And all of this will go over to the edge, and there's gonna be a bunch of leather cord braiding the chainmail to the top of the saddlebag. Right, for those of you on any other platform besides TikTok, that's what it's looking like. And it's not perfect yet, but I'm working on the diamonds that are inlaid into this blackened stainless steel here. And like I mentioned, the blackened stainless steel is all being cannibalized from another project that I wasn't able to finish. So we're putting it to good use on my Road King. What happened here? There. So, I am going to take a break here. You know, over Christmas and whatnot, I think I'm going to spend a little money and get, maybe I can find that online. I'm going to have to figure out how much this costs. I want the extended Lord of the Rings box set. Because I like to have physical media in my home. But also, I might just like order it on Vudu or whatever web service and watch those over the holidays. Because I don't think I've watched them since the beginning of last year, maybe. And it's time. What did I do here? What is going on here? What is this? Grossness. What in the world have I done? Oh, nothing. It's fine. This is fine. Alright, let me lay this flat so make sure. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, got lost there. What's in here? You think you've seen all of them? You're not sure? Yeah. I mean, I've seen all of the movies. I don't think I've seen all of the extended editions, and I don't own them. So I think that's what I'd like to do over this Christmas break. That and go see Godzilla -1 with my son, and need to get that done. But as far as these saddlebags are concerned, I think I will have them done by the end of Christmas break. Probably not the bib and probably not the toolkit. Those are going to take a little bit more time, but... And the bib especially. I got to go buy leather for the bib, for the gas tank. You're not sure if... I've seen all the Hobbits. I like the Hobbits. I don't care what anyone says about CGI or the orcs not having personality or any of it. I like the Hobbits, and I like all the cuts of Lord of the Rings. I don't care. I'll watch any of them. So I'd like the extended edition box set or something like on a digital platform. I'd like that, you know, because usually I just watch, like, I've got the trilogy on for the Hobbits and Lord of the Rings on Vudu. Usually I just pop one of those on, and I don't, you know, I just have it on in the background. But I'd like to sit down and watch all of them. Like, I'm not... It's been forever since I've read the books. That was in high school. Was it in high school? Might have been before high school. And I just enjoyed the crap out of the movies when they came out, so... I know some people are very... They're like competitive about how much they know about it, you know? And I follow a couple Lord of the Rings, Hobbits, TikTok creators, and some pages. So I get glimpses of nuance into all the details. But, you know, I'm by no means an expert at any of them. All right. I think I did that correctly. See here. Yeah, it looks good. One side. Got 1.5 diamonds left to do. This is the big one. We got all... I thought I fixed that. Something's not quite right. But I'll fix it later. With that, this side, that side right there. There's a ring misplaced somewhere. Right? It should look a little more like this. But we got all the edging done on the outside. Right? We'll find any mistakes that we've made. Okay, and we'll begin pushing this into the rest of the black and stainless, or the next section of black and stainless I tear apart. Right? We got this, that one done. And we got this side to do, and then one more over here. All right. You have a tradition to watch all the Transformers movies when they've come out. We've seen most of them at a drive-in in Saskatchewan. Nice. I haven't been to a drive-in in 100 years. Worst movies ever. It's one of those, I don't care at all. Like, I want to see them. I've seen most of them. I don't know if I've seen the last one or two that have come out, but it's like, I don't care. I just want to see Transformers fight. It's like, how high quality was the original cartoon, right? I don't remember. I just grew up on it, and it was fun. All right, for everyone following along on TikTok. My name's Sean. I run mailworks.com, myusername.com, where you can find all the chainmail themed apparel and accessories that your heart desires, with more coming. And it's stuff like this. I don't have this one up right now. It's a neck gaiter, and it's a print. And we have a bunch of different chainmail designs with more on the way. We have chainmail inlays with more on the way at some point whenever I sit down and get my computer going. Awesome new product right now is the Chainmail Snug Hoodie. It's a big hoodie. It's got chainmail print on the outside and then a very thick wool Sherpa micro fleece lining. And then we got our hooded blankets. Those are awesome. Very warm. Similar lining, right? So go check out mailworks.com if you want to see more of this. This is how I support myself. And get yourself something nice. You know, I know we all just spend money on Christmas, but, you know, no one's going to get you a chainmail snug hoodie except you. And if you have, like, loved ones that you actually like, get them one too. If you are interested in learning more about chainmail, go to my link tree, and in the bio is a link to a Google and Apple app. It's the Mailworks app, and it has a plug for my store at the top, along with all the resources I would have wanted when I first started, to include where to find tutorials, where to find manufacturers who make chainmail rings, where to find other people who make chainmail, where to find, did I say tutorials already? All kinds of fun stuff, along with a couple tools. Words are not my forte. So please go check that out if you're interested in learning more about chainmail. And if you know a loved one who's interested in learning, share that with them too. All right. Thank you for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. We're getting this Saddlebag cover. It's coming along, and we're going to start attaching this one soon. We're working on the second one, and, you know, I'm just doing projects that I have down here that I think are cool. So please, you can also, you know, if you don't want to purchase anything, you don't want to learn anything else about chainmail, you know, give me the trifecta, the like, follow, share. And I will not be back on tomorrow night, but probably Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sometime in there. It is a holiday, so we might have people coming over, and schedules are going to be a little wonky until after Christmas break for sure. But, you know, I'll be streaming in the evenings when I can. And in the meantime, you all have a wonderful evening. All right. Thanks so much for hanging out. I appreciate you being here. I will talk to you all later. Have a good night. Bye. All right, and as for anyone on power button, there we go. All right, have a good night. As for anyone on any other platform, if you go to mailworks.com, you will find a link to the Mailworks app if you want to learn more about where to get chainmail supplies, tutorials, where to find other people who make chainmail. Excuse me. And if you want to help support the show, please go check out mailworks.com, get yourself something nice, and I will talk to you all later.